Hey everybody, these are the instructions for Dreamweaver for Chapter 6. We're just starting Chapter 6 now. So if you turn to page 427 in your book, we are going to be creating what's called image maps, navigation bars, and absolute positioning in this chapter. So there are 2 pages that we're going to be working on page 427. The Alaska Attractions page, we're going to create a rollover feature on the map. And then we're also going to create a navigation bar. If you look on the other figure, figure 6-1B, notice at the top, instead of links, there is a very nice looking navigation bar. So that's what we're going to be working on the next couple of days. All right, so let's go ahead and open up Dreamweaver. We're going to go to the Alaska Parks website. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to copy our data files. So I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to go to Web Page Design, Data Files, Chapter 6, Parks. Okay, so we have one web page, and then we have some pictures, okay? A bunch of pictures. So we're going to copy the web page first. I'm going to go to my last name folder, Parks, and I'm going to copy that here, okay? Then I'm going to go to my data files, chapter 6, images, parks, images, and I'm going to hold down my shift key and select all of them, Control C. And then I'm going to go to my last name folder, parks, images, and I'm going to paste them all here. Okay. So now if I go to my files panel and I refresh, I should have a whole bunch of new pictures. Okay. All right. So I'm on page 432. And we're going to open up the Alaska Attractions page that we just copied. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Okay. So this has already been created for us. It's been typed up. The background's been put in. Okay. Then we're going to go to we want our cursor to be at the top of the window right before the Alaska attractions. Okay. Now, when we do this, you need a lot of workspace. So I'm going to collapse my panels for now, both the property inspector and why isn't that collapsing? There we go. Okay. All right, because we need a lot of room here. All right, so we need our rulers open. So we're going to go to the view menu. And we're going to point to rulers. And we're going to click show. Okay. All right, so I'm kind of skipping through the verbiage here. All right, page 436. So what we're going to do is we're going to create and select an AP element for the Alaska map image. Make sure that you have your insert bar up here open and you're in the layout tab. And then we can open back up. Well, we'll leave our property inspector like it is right now. All right, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to click at the end of the last line of text, okay, which is right here, and then hit the enter key. All right, now, because we're using the rulers, okay, the horizontal, the vertical ruler, we need the origin to be here instead of up here. So if you place your cursor right in this little box and hold on to it and drag, we want our ruler insertion point to be right there, okay? All right, so we're going to click the Draw AP Div button on the Layout tab. Okay, so the Draw AP Div is right here. We're going to click it. And what we're going to do is it's almost like you're putting a shell in of where you want that map to go. Okay, and I'm on page 438. And you're going to use the rulers as a guide. And you're going to draw an AP element that's about 470 pixels wide. Okay. So 470, which is that's about 460. So 470 is going to be about right there. And 375 high. So we're going to have to move down a little bit here. $375. So that's right. So 470 wide. Oops, I moved over a little bit. Right about that. Okay. Okay. So, and you should see that blue area around there. That's what you're supposed to see. Now, we're going to click on that AP element to select it. When you do that, you should see almost like a pink line through it. Okay. And now if you notice at the bottom, you have AP element information in the property inspector. All right, so we want the left to be 3. We want the top, which is T, to be 200. Oops. We want the width to be 470. And we want the height to be 375. Okay, so something went wrong here. I'm going to undo this for a minute. Okay, and I guess what I'm going to try to do is leave the PX in there. Maybe that's where I'm going. Okay. Top should be 200. Okay, there we go. And the width is 470. And the height is 375. And this is kind of just correcting what you drew. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the ruler, right click inside the ruler and hit reset origin. Okay, so then that brings our 0 back up here. All right. So now I'm on page 439 and we're going to work on displaying the AP Elements panel. So we're going to go to the window menu and then we're going to click AP Elements and that's going to open up the AP Elements panel. Okay, and I'm gonna move this over just a little. There we go. Okay, I'm on page 440 now. Okay, then I'm gonna click the CSSP element text box in the property inspector and I'm gonna name this Alaska _ map. and then hit enter. And it looks like this just moved this for some reason. So I'm going to go back. My left needs to be 3, not 0. And this needs to be 200, not 205, 470, and 375. I'm not sure why it did that, but okay. Okay. Now we're going to add an image to our AP element. So what we're going to do, I'm going to open up my panels and I'm going to go to my images folder here. Okay. And I want to locate map 02 right here. And we're going to drag it into the AP element. Okay. And it should be the perfect size there. We're going to click the image ID box and we're going to name this map. And in the alt box, we're going to type Alaska map. We're going to change the width to 470. And we're going to change the height to 375 so it fits exactly in that AP element. Okay. In the title, at the top, we are going to type Alaska Parks. And we're going to save. Okay, and I'm going to skip F12 because we'll look at that in a little bit. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create what's called a stacked element to the right of this map. Okay, so I'm going to hide this for a minute. I'm going to scroll up so I can see my map, and I'm going to move these over. I'm going to put this inside there. There we go. Okay, because we're going to put it over here. All right, so now we're going to change the ruler origin again. So remember, you put your cursor up in the corner. We're going to drag it about 50 pixels to the right of the Alaska map. You want it to go just to the right. So that's about 50 right there. And you want it to be just about there. I guess we just want it at the top. Okay. All right. We're going to click the Draw AP element. Draw AP Div button again. And then we're going to draw an AP element. Okay. Measuring about 400 in width and 350 in height. So I'm going to go 400 and about 350. It's just going to be right about like that. You can just kind of eyeball it for now because we'll change it exactly in a minute. Okay. And then we're going to click the border to select it. And then we're going to go down to the CSSP down at the bottom here. We're going to name this one Northern _ Alaska. Okay. The width is going to be 400. The height is going to be 350. The viz is going to be hidden. Left is going to be 525. Top is going to be 200. So we really just need to change that one. Okay. All right, and we're going to stop here and I will continue in a part 2.